DeRitis, and I am talking today with Uli Dendy, owner of TrueLanguage, a business translation service, and Annette Boyle. She is a medical writer and owner of Cultivar Communications. Today we're going to be talking about the challenges, the trends, and the benefits of medical writing and translation. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think I want to start with the role of medical writers in the healthcare industry.
Okay. Well, medical writers serve so many different functions, really, for companies that are trying to get their product to market. There's, so much about making sure that you present the information in a way that is accurate, so that regulators aren't offended,
right.
But also in a way that works, for physicians or other clinicians who might be referring or using the product, and makes it clear to the end user, what it is that they're about and what value that they might be able to get from it, and how to structure all of those things in a document or on a website, and bring it all together. And I think you see that same issue, right? They're taking it out in other languages.
Yeah, absolutely. And we love it when clients bring us in right when they conceptualize the process, and the writer is present, and we talk about how do we want to write this piece for the physician, or how do we want to create this piece for the end user, what is the reading level we're going to use, what are the different regulations in the various countries, what are the style guides we're going to go by. So there's so many things that a writer will think about, a translation company will think about, and the client won't be aware, oh yeah, those are important stepping stones to get to the right
kind of happens behind the scenes.
Right.
It happens behind the scenes.
And ideally, I think Uli touched on that, in a very cooperative way. So the sooner you get a writer involved, the writer and the translator, if you're presenting it in multiple languages, involved, to make sure that you're really conveying it in the way that you want, that it has the right tone, that that it's accurate. Right from the start.
Right. Well, you mentioned something a moment ago too about the different types of users. So are there different types of medical writing, and do you have to be aware of, a doctor's going to read this versus a patient might read it, or some other type of user?
Oh, absolutely. And that very much comes in that early discussion with the client of, what are you going after? Uli and I were discussing a little earlier about the growth in wearables and health and wellness, and those have a very different both tone and regulatory environment, and how you present them is very different from those that have gone through FDA clearance or have gotten CE mark, where you really have to make sure that you've got that precision around the language.
Okay.
And then you have materials such as you were selling your product on the website. That's marketing speak. A whole different kind of writing. You have the user interfaces, which are, you have hundreds of files sometimes that you manage, and you need to keep the terminology consistent. So you have the website, you have the user interfaces, then you have client-facing materials in the packaging, you have labeling, you have maybe physician-facing materials. So all of those require different writing styles.
Right. That gets me to a point. Often you'll go to websites and they'll have chosen one audience, but they really have three different audiences.
Right. Yes.
So
I'm very aware.
Right?
Very familiar with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you go and it's a wellness device, and maybe about knee pain, and all of it is how to order the material, how to order the product. And if you're looking for investors, they want to see also what's your research. If you've got somebody who isn't like totally invested in, well, I know I want to order this one and I need this variety of it, you want to have educational materials for them as well. If you're also then going through an FDA process, you need to have different things too. And some folks, a lot of companies actually just choose one, and they leave out a lot of the market that way.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that, but it's so important to speak to not only one audience, but if you're doing a service for multiple audiences, you have to take that into account, especially with medical, I would think.
Absolutely.
Medical devices. So I imagine that getting a clear and accurate translation done or writing in the first place is crucial. Talk about the importance of that, but also maybe some of the risks if a service, obviously not your service, but if there isn't as much attention paid to accuracy and conciseness, what can happen?
Yes, a good translation starts with a good translation team. You have to have experts. So they're linguists first, but they're subject matter experts second. So there are subject matter experts who have a background, who have some understanding of medicine. It depends what device, what content you're translating. So as you know, it may be research that is, I don't know, medical device, mechanical knee related. So you have to have somebody who's knowledgeable about mechanical engineering. So putting together the right translation team for the job is crucial. And then you have to do your homework. And you want to start with glossary development. You do terminology research. You want to get with the writer and determine style guide. Oftentimes, the writer will have already developed a style guide. And then we will take that style guide and we'll say, okay, how does it work in other languages? Do we need to convert measurements? Do we need to adjust maybe the reading level so there are things that you want to document from the very beginning. You want to address the different target audiences, document it from the very beginning. So documentation, having a process, having a follow-through, and having an audit trail is really important. We are ISO certified, so we have an audit trail. We have transparency. Clients can follow us every step of the way and have the assurance that yes, you have completed all these steps that are necessary to achieve an outcome with quality. Right.
So many parts of the process that I, as a layperson, I would never have thought about. A mechanical engineer, who would have known? Obviously, you are the experts. You know what processes you have to put into place, but that just goes to show you how many steps there are and the breadth of expertise that you have to bring in to do an accurate translation, to do accurate writing. It's fascinating to me. Uli and Annette, thank you so much for joining me. This has been very informative. It's been eye-opening for me, I know, and I would love for you to tell the audience where they can find you. Annette, what about you? Where can people find your services?
It's easiest to find me probably on LinkedIn, and that's at Annette Boyle, B-O-Y-L-E.
Great. Uli?
For us, go to the website, TrueLanguage.com. That's T-R-U-E language.com.
Great. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again, ladies, and we will see you on the next one.